Yep.
Welkom.
Gerrit, welcome. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Is there snow? Is there snow in the mountain?
Which mountains?
You live on top of the mountain, Gerrit. Come on, you
300 meters high. Yeah. It's cold. It's cold.
I'm
that's
from
right.
the Netherlands, so that's a mountain for me.
Yeah.
Here, this morning we had 5 centimeters of snow. So I'm very glad that I can just be inside today talking with you.
Here in the Netherlands, no train is driving because of,
I need 1 minute because my fire is burning and I need to throw some wood on it. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Welcome, Gerrit. You're from the Electronic Gilde. The Gilde used to be the method of payment in the Netherlands for a few hundred years, and now there's only the Electronic Gilden left. Yeah. Well, tell us something about your project.
Well, because this is also for me the fourth year, I think. People might.
We did it before also. I think it's the 6th now.
Or 6, yeah. Well, maybe I've not been every time here, but talking about e-gulden, it is in the asset class of country coins, so to say. But it's a full blockchain, which is in itself thriving. I mean, it's still going strong. It has.
For how many years does it exist?
This year will be the 12th year. Most of the coins arose around the year 2014 and 2000. And I'm talking in line with other country coin types of coins. And like there's Canada eCoin and Aurora Coin, and our competitor, which deceded, Gulden Coin, and it's been a 12-year ride, and looking backwards, we've got quite an impressive perspective and experience, and on the other hand, that's on the positive side. On the other hand, there's this general fatigue in this type of coins. But e-gulden, for example, is it has its community, it has its backholders, it has its small holders. But what really is happening, you can see on the social media that are still open, like Telegram, like the website. You can see through analytics how many visitors there are, there are other services still open, like mining pools. How many miners are still mining EFL? You can look at, of course, the Block Explorer, which is gives you an insight to what's happening on the blockchain, and then you see what money is moving, when, and how much, and how many people are still actively using it. You can look at the rich list, and you see it is a community, but it's not thriving right now because generally we've had a lot of pressure from media, from regulators, and all that's not diminishing. That's increasing. And now we have the European regulation who announces every year new new ways to make life more difficult for especially as Joel was talking about for the privacy coins, but for cryptocurrency currency in general. So that's the fatigue is showing everywhere, with development, with developers, with active community members, and you and us are diehards, so to say. You could say that, but keeping things strong to be ready for the moment when things explode, and that was also what Joe was talking about. We're still a very early, not with respect to time, but with respect to adoption. And,
well, Yoshi bought a house with Eagle, huh?
I must say, listen, it was financed, 100% financed.
Okay.
I was not. I paid a part of it with EFL directly, but in the end, I had to sell crypto for debt currencies to be able to buy it. But
it is money, huh? It is money, and you can buy things with money. And a house is an interesting example.
Yeah. The next thing is the car, eh?
Specifically for the house, I did manage to find a buyer for those EFLs on that moment. So in a way, I sold my EFLs for a house, but there were a couple of steps in between to really get the house. But yeah.
You guys know about nohodl.org or .com, what is it?
Org. Nohodl.org.
As you find cars there. You were mentioning
it's a kind of open bazaar. Kind of open bazaar.
Yeah. It's I say it's a marketplace. Why not? It's
your next goal. Yoshi, buy a new car.
I already bought a car with EFLs, but just like my passport expired, so did my driving license.
Okay. Yeah.
I bought somebody else a car with EFLs. What about that? And then he drove me all around Europe for a couple of months.
Okay.
And, I had my private driver ready 24/7. Let me introduce also Jason. Welcome, Jason, or should I say the king of all data?
Yeah, I put them in make them visible as well.
Great.
Hello.
Nice of you both to join. I have asked, I forget his name all the time. What is his name of the book? Johannes?
What?
From the Deutsche E-Mark, but he was not able to join. Jonas. He was not able to join us until 6 o'clock, but yeah, I have to apologize a little bit to both of you. I had a hangover on the 1st of January and I was a little bit late with setting everything up. On top of that, one of our guests today called in sick in the last moment and there was some shifting in time and I got it done, but I didn't really tell you clearly what time we would meet. So, apology for that. But I'm very glad that also you could make it, Jason. It's still early for you in Canada. And the reason why I invited both of you is this is part of the developers group of Community Coins. And I wanted to emphasize the start, or at least some part of our conversation about the Ring of Trust. We have just heard Joel speak about the extra data chain that has been added to Dash, which in my perception of what he said is basically a decentralized ring of trust, because our ring of trust is ran by one entity in a way that provides that extra layer for the users, but it's very similar and allows the users of the ring of trust to share all kind of extra data on top of just a money system. Also, in case you missed it, both of you, Amaury Sechet, I always mix up, I don't know how to pronounce that French name, but Amaury joined us, the developer of eCash, and I have pushed the Ring of Trust ID to him, and he told me that I can send it over and that he would look into it, and in case he likes what he sees, he might implement it if it's a workable how to say, extension or a workable feature for eCash also. So
you also proposed it to our last guest from Dash, Joel.
Yeah, I mentioned it, but he kind of said,
yeah, you can run it on Dash.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. So I would like for the listeners to understand what the Ring of Trust development is all about, what we can do with it, how far is the development on its way. Small things like, I mean, it's better that I be quiet and let you talk in a way. Of course, whatever other info you want to share, go ahead and do so, but I would really like to hear a little bit about the Ring of Trust. So I don't know how I should maybe, I don't know, Gerrit, you first, or Jason, or maybe Gerrit first, because
I don't think maybe there are two visions on it, but it's in fact, Ring of Trust is not very new, in the sense that it's another type of SPV servers, and SPV servers is the way to expose the blockchain to other users than core wallet users, and especially to light clients, HD wallets, hardware wallets, and an SPV server is a concept that existed in 2011 already. So, but the problem with the most common SPV server is Electrum, but there are others like Fulcrum and Electors, and the problem with running these is that these are individual monitors on the blockchain, and there is no coordination between them. So the Ring of Trust is in fact a set of SPV servers, so that are checking on each other. And your statement that the Ring of Trust was centralized, that's not true at all. On the contrary,
my apologies.
It is decentralized. It's decentralized, and the SPV servers check each other before they present the information to the user. Let's say the wallet, the people that's using the wallet, and yeah.
Well, let me then clarify why I said this that it was centralized, because Joel mentioned that the Dash blockchain today consists of two blockchains in a way. One blockchain only handles the Dash transactions, and then there is a second blockchain with only data, where you can, for example, register a username. And what I understood from the explanation of Ring of Trust is that if I add a username to my Ring of Trust on a certain website, then if a different website uses its own implementation of Ring of Trust, that is not automatically connected with each other, but that is then maybe misunderstood. by me, or that's why I said it's centralized, because it is to this. I don't know how to explain myself properly, but
it is. SPV is nothing more than exposing the blockchain in another way than using the core wallet. And the core wallet is difficult to maintain for ordinary users. It makes the blockchain mobile, and it is just a representation of what's in the blockchain, and you can put anything you want on the blockchain. So if Dash decides to separate payment data, payment transactions from other type of information, that's quite valid. But then they have two blockchains, and they expose information through a central interface, probably.
Yeah, and those who run that blockchain, of course, it's going to be not your average computer probably running that stuff, because if everybody is going to put more and more and more data, it's going to be, well, let's say that you will not be able to run it on your phone. Let's say it like that. So
yeah, maybe Jason can give his version on the Ring of Trust.
Why not? Let's ask Jason. Would you like to share your vision on Ring of Trust with us?
Well, like Gerrit said, SPV is very important, but then we can extend that to include more than just blockchain data as well. So you might talk about transactions, invoices, receipts, identities, and all that extra stuff. But it's more of an extension per user. So if you're running a Ring of Trust and you want to extend your data into more than just the blockchain, that's kind of up to you, because it's your copy of the Ring of Trust. So you can imagine a standardized, extensible SPV server,
And then what would be the difference with this Dash data chain? Because Dash now has this extra data chain in which they do that. What makes this
data chain, as far as I understand it, is a blockchain with data on it. So it's just a blockchain, and probably there is some hard wiring of between both blockchains. But if I ask you, Yoshi, or you, Johan, what do you know about an SPV server?
I'm just a user. I'm not a developer.
I just try to explain it, and now you translate it in with your own words.
Well, so if I can answer it, then an SPV server allows me to interact with the blockchain without the need of downloading it completely. So it's like an intermediate in that way, a service provider that I can use to have all this data that is in the blockchain without having to put it on my hard drive, because it's on hard drive of the SPV.
That's right. So that is what we are talking about. So the core wallet downloads all blockchains, and it's important that people do that because we need decentralization. I mean, each core wallet user has a copy of the blockchain, and that way there are more blockchains in the system. That's decentralization, but it's too heavy for ordinary users. For example, Bitcoin. It takes 1 terabyte, and a heavy load on your system to run one Bitcoin blockchain wallet, a core wallet. And that's why we have light clients which don't need the blockchain, but they need SPV services. And what we are trying to achieve is a better way to implement SPV services. So every core wallet holder should be able to add an extra connector from which people from outside having light wallets to get access to the blockchain. And the point is, we were developing the Ring of Trust because we started to develop a light client, which by the initiative of community coins, where old initiatives, there are about 12 blockchains integrated within community coins, and each blockchain development had its specific state. Some were old and abandoned. Some were quite new. Canada eCoin had a fresh start in 2019, 2020. Deutsche E-Mark was very, very slow, and it had other problems. So all those teams came together, and we compiled it into what needs to be done, what is common sense for all of us, what would be most important for our types of blockchain. And we came up, we need to help ordinary users to make your blockchain mobile. And so the Ring of Trust, in fact, is a way to accommodate that. And it was the easiest service to compile from all to-dos on all our blockchains. So it's the most important thing. And we started to develop the light client, but we, in a very early stage, we discovered that it was more important to have this service layer for all community coins comparable, such that the teams could copy this, distribute it, and to have a common ground. And from that point on, once the blockchain exposure is ready, which it is, the first release of the Ring of Trust was in this summer, we can finalize the light client, the community coins wallet, where all the community coins will be available in one wallet. And next thing will be marketing, I suppose, to explain it to you ordinary users. And that's the flow of things within the Community Coins initiative.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm learning myself. It's not the first time today that I will state it again, but it's not the first time today that I say that I am not the most technical savvy Bitcoiner out there, or blockchain user out there. For somebody who is living in this world for the last 10 years, you could say I really lack some skills and I should have already investigated a little bit more, but it is what it is. So that's why I'm asking maybe sometimes stupid questions or that go in the wrong direction, because, well, that's
don't excuse yourself, Yoshi. It's
no, but I just try to explain myself, yeah. And I'm not ashamed of anything. I mean, I'm a pretty shameless guy, so I will keep on asking those questions. But
and we give away e-guilders. But go ahead.
EFLs and Canada coins. We will also do some Canada coins.
Yeah. The wheel is there. You can add your name on it.
All right. And this, just to let you know, Johan, this is a 2-hour segment.
Oh.
So we're going until 6.
Okay, the first hour do e-gulden and the second...
Okay. Yeah. We always like to give away the cryptos to the viewers.
Okay. You tell me what if I can continue. Let's say Jason and I are really sparring partners, and the main subject to spar is let's say I'm defending grandma, and Jason defends the technology, let's say.
Yeah.
And what Joel was just talking about is that it's quite difficult. Privacy is difficult to maintain and to enable and to let users keep their keys, their coins. It is very difficult for non-technically savvy people. If you say you are such a one, then you're not justifying grandma either, because she's even less technically savvy. So, if we want to penetrate the financial system, we need grandma to onboard grandma.
Yes.
And
that's in a way why I'm asking these questions, so I can explain it to grandma. My grandma does understand Bitcoin, for example, because I understand it well enough to be able to explain it. And so I feel that I've mentioned it already before, we are talking on a more regular term than the other guests that have and will visit today. But so, yeah, I feel like I'm still not 100% familiar with everything, and so I cannot explain it to grandma yet, and that's why I need to ask those questions. So
yeah, but you don't need to be on the binary level. You have to leave some things. Grandma can drive a car, but she doesn't know how it works. So
yes.
This should be your position also.
Mm-hmm.
You are not satisfied by that position. You want to look under the hood, and that's why you say I don't understand everything.
Well, in that way, if Joel then says we have this extra blockchain added to Dash that only contains data, then I'm like, hey, this sounds very familiar to what we are doing to Ring of Trust. And so, what is then the difference between those two?
No, it's not like Ring of Trust. What Joel is talking about is the blockchain, their blockchain, and the interface which allows people to transact on one blockchain and to communicate with data on the other blockchain. It separates functionality, and Ring of Trust is blockchain. It's and opening it up, but not about function.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. In a way, I it's it also takes some time to process everything. So no, I'm satisfied with the answer. Just so you know,
we are not extending function more than receive and send money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we are doing.
Yeah.
And what Joel is doing, and what we can extend Ring of Trust also for that reason. But for the time being, the blockchain is used to handle and expose transaction and money attached to keys. That's That's the main function. So if you talk to grandma, then the only thing what we are doing is we allow her to send and receive money. And you do that using a wallet. And traditionally, you did that using a core wallet. And that's too complex. So that's why we built a light wallet, a simple wallet. It does the same. You send and receive money with it. But it's simpler to do it with a light client. Yeah. But still, grandma needs to remember her passphrase or her password or whatever. She needs to remember something which she does not forget. And that's what we are all talking about when we're talking about complexity. So the money she has, that's simple. You open the wallet and you see your balance. And when you want to pay, you ask where do you pay to? So you need an address. And if you're paying to a merchant, he shows his address and you pay that. That's not difficult either. I mean, you have to always to send someone your money to, and you need a bank account number, or when it's cash, the equivalent would be a QR code. So you point, the merchant shows his QR code, and grandma points her phone to the QR code, and the address is transferred, and she types the amount, and that goes also. So it's just that. Let's not talk too much about the extras. Let's say privacy and stuff like that. Our communication, our files, that could also go into the system, but just talk about send and receive money. That's it.
Okay.
And make it simple.
Yes.
Core is difficult. A light client is simple.
Yeah. No, okay, that's clear. That's clear. I can, if you say it like that, then I can talk to Granny. You know?
Yeah.
That I can explain. So
forget about everything else. Just send and receive money. Mm-hmm. And keep money, of course. That's
yes.
Look at your balance.
So pretty soon your grandma is on the blockchain.
She already is, Johan. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yes, she is already.
But I told her to not put in too much because,
Okay.
The thing is with crypto, in some way, I really do believe at some point you become too old for it. My grandma receives.
Then you forgot your keys, eh?
No, my grandmother is depending on the system 100%. She saved her entire life in a pension fund, and every month she receives a fixed amount in euros. She don't want Bitcoin on $1 million because that's not what she's been saving all her life. You know, so there is a little bit of a conflict of interest in between generations, I think, and that's still, you know, my grandmother has some coin, and of course she's participating. But to tell her to go all in on any kind of crypto, that's not her stage of life. You know, everybody under 40 should blindly cancel their bank account and make the switch, but the older you get, the less attractive it becomes, because your entire life you have been paying into something different. So for the most Dutch people, crypto is terrible because they are losing all their savings to it, you know. And that makes it even more complicated to get it accepted in that nation because, they are old people, or let's say over half of the population is over 40. So, you know, they have all made their choice already in a way. Although there wasn't a choice maybe when they made it, but the sunk cost fallacy, you know.
But I think extending on what I just said, keep it as simple as possible to have grandma on board is based on something. And that something is 11, 12 years of experience with presenting, Egel in my case, to anybody. There are about 5,000 people that know about EFL, that hold it, or that smelled it, that touched it. And once a week I get an email of one of those 5,000 people with regards to I've lost it. That basically that's it. The people ask me, how can I get my money back, because once I had it and now I can't find it, or I did something, I made a mistake, or
I can't remember the passphrase.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's there are seldom mails like, I want to help you. I want to participate. No,
they need help.
It doesn't happen. They always need help. There are also quite many emails about I want to help you, and if you pay me, and those are marketing companies, exchanges, people who want to earn money by servicing EFL or kind of eCoin. Yes, you will have the same experience. And you might too. I mean, how many mails do you get from people that want to make money to service you? Like, I have a system, I have a network, and I can expose you on my network.
Yes. No, even if you are streaming, I mean, Johan and me will know it. The very few chats that we do receive are from people like that. Oh, you want more viewers?
Yes.
Send me some money and I'll fix it for you.
No, but
and it's a Nigerian prince also.
Yeah. Okay. No, but basically that's it. The reason why we have support Arabase or dash apenstaartje egel.org or communitycoins.org is to help people that have genuine questions, and with us it's about one a week in this descent, or maybe even less, but just about that. Yeah. They lost their coins, so that's the basic thing we need to make simple, and that's about it. And you want to have traction, so people should spread the word. And we had quite a few campaigns to make ourselves known in the Dutch community, and especially Dutch. Why Dutch? Because EFL has some bias it's a local coin, it's a country coin, and it's in that respect it's an asset class. And like with Canada, it's kind of the e-coin. It's intended, of course, it's borderless, but it's to address people that can help each other, spreading the word by being local, by being close to each other, by being a community, and that's why we are talking about community coins.
Yeah, I really believe that it is its own niche, and that it is at some point going to have its moment, and that is when those people in those countries are going to be willing to look at solutions. So far, they don't see the need for them. So we are just maintaining our position and holding on for the moment that they might look for the solution, and then we can offer it. Regarding that, let me ask you the same question that I asked other guests of today. We have seen a small rally in metals these last couple of months. My most recent blog post was about that. My most recent video I made with a little New Year wish was also about that. Personally, I think that the impact of these metals on everyday life are going to create the momentum we need for people to start looking into different solutions for traditional problems. Do you share this opinion with me? Do you have any opinion about it at all? What do you think about the overall state of the world, and what could move people to what could break the trust of people in the traditional way of organizing? Is that a correct question? I guess it is. Because, for example, let me make it a little bit more specific. 3 months ago in the Netherlands, 75% of the people went to vote, which in my opinion means that 75% of the Netherlands is completely fine with the way how things are going, because they will just keep on doing the same thing that they have always been doing. What needs to happen for these people? Now, do you believe, like me, that a breakout of a silver metal could reduce that trust that these people still have?
You're asking that to
well, to both. Let's do Jason first, and then we hear a little bit of Jason also. Did you understand the question, Jason?
Reduce the trust. Yeah, but I think like 75% of the people vote because that's the only option.
I think
if they had a different option.
Jason, we cannot hear you. There is a bit. Could you maybe try to?
Yeah, maybe Jason, you reduce the resolution of your camera because it's probably taking too much bandwidth.
Yeah, it will be a connection thing.
Okay.
I will write him. I will write him in the chat. Maybe we first go to Gerrit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I understand your question. The point is that Bitcoin didn't arrive for nothing. I mean, it was a response to the fiat currency phenomenon. And we left the gold standard, and silver comes in that same line during the Nixon period. But where we all were confronted with in 2009 was the near collapse of the fiat currency system. And the main reason why we started following Bitcoin and diving into an alternative like EFL is to present an alternative, and it is the price of silver is just an indicator on the health of the fiat currency system, and the regulators and the people that defend the fiat currency system are using all their tricks to keep it afloat, but the silver price and the gold price and the Bitcoin price are all indicators that it's losing its value and its power. And I don't think we have to do much to defend the cryptocurrency sphere, because it will prove itself in that sense. And I follow Joel's motivation in that sense. Let's just sit and wait with regard to beating fiat, but we need to be prepared to offer a good alternative, and that's what. I mean, a blockchain is already a good alternative, but it's technically it's not fit for grandma, so we are losing her in that sense. And that's what community coins is about. Country coins, it's helping each other and come together and help each other to embrace this new technology.
Yeah.
And well, your question was about silver and gold price. It's just an indicator that we don't have to beat fiat. It will be void within no time.
Yeah. Okay. Before Jason tries again, I will walk away for 1 second because my dog needs to eat. So I will just take 1 minute. My apology for that, but I'll be back quick.
Yeah. And in the meantime, you can add your name on the wheel if you want to win 10 euros of e-gulden, electronic gulden. And Jason, hopefully we can hear you now. Say something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you well. Yeah.
How about now?
You sound very good. Yeah.
Okay.
What's your response? I mean, on the question.
Well, I think there's 75% of the 75% of your people are still voting because it's their only option, and they don't see another way. I'm not sure the silver price has much to do with that. I think it's infrastructure and trust.
Yeah.
Don't you think that maybe because if fiat looks like it's failing, that maybe people go back to what used to work first, and then they still see crypto as more speculative than as a defense against fiat, and then they go back to silver because silver is still like money in French is argent, it's silver, so it's even in the language. So maybe take some time before people move to crypto.
Right. Yeah.
We
maybe when we are discussing with the community coin teams, we're talking between people of Pakistan and Iceland and Canada, and we have always this problem with bandwidth. So we don't use to turn on our camera and just have voice. Maybe that's the best solution here also. It's a shame because this is all about showing faces, but
we have our cameras on very low resolution. But maybe Jason and Gerrit, you can switch off your cameras.
Or change the resolution. That's.
Okay, hopefully this works.
If all the cameras have the same resolution, it's probably easier to mix them match than if it has to rescale one on the fly. Yeah.
In the meantime, people can add their names on the wheel. You have to be on Twitch. Just type anything in the chat. If you don't have a wallet for e-guldens, you can see on the screen here afl.nl. There you can get a free wallet. Yeah.
Well, I will put myself on the wheel also.
Oh yeah, I can do
for a double. And I see now that Peter is not visible.
Oh ja. Dus ik had het vergeten, ja, hij zat voor die tv toen met die stoel, hè?
Ja, it's okay.
Dan zal ik zomaar even aan het rad gaan draaien. I shall spin the wheel. Ondertussen maakt Peter even zichtbaar. Hoppa.
Yeah, the biggest achievement is simply that against all odds, we are again celebrating a blockchain anniversary, The amount of people who have told me over the past so many years that it's all useless what I'm trying and that you will never achieve, well, we are still here. And that is...
They can't afford to pay the rent of their house, and you just bought a house.
Yeah.
What I do understand that the idea of these community coins is that that you limit the use of a coin, and then you don't have such a giant blockchain.
Also, but you have to also see it in this way, Peter, that everybody in the Netherlands who is using Bitcoin could also be using EFL, and that way we also reduce the pressure that is on Bitcoin. So because we just add another blockchain to the crypto ecosystem, we are scaling Bitcoin in that way. That is my vision, at least, of how I see it. We can use to really make the switch from the traditional fiat system to something different. Just Bitcoin is not sufficient. So EFL
capacity is not enough, and Litecoin or this what is it that layer 2 on Bitcoin is Lightning. That is not sufficient to or it's not popular, at least, and it has some drawbacks, I understand.
No, but also with that, every Lightning transaction still needs to be topped up at some point. So if everybody in the world would open a channel, it would cost something like 50 years or something to process all these transactions. And instead of trying to scale one blockchain, just add more blockchains to it. Bitcoin is proving to be a very useful tool. It's just too popular to service everybody in the world in one chain. So why not have a community which, well, in the case of community coins or country coins, live together, speak the same language. Let's adopt Bitcoin by adding our second layer blockchain next to it.
Yeah, the idea of the scaling through layer 2s is more or less that you can hide a lot of transactions in this layer 2, and it's settled on the main chain. You still have less transactions on the main chain.
Yes, but sorry, the community coins are just blockchains. They are a copy of Bitcoin, so it's not a layer 2, it's layer 1. Yeah. And layer 2 means that there are things like what's happening on exchanges or hosted wallets. If you have a hosted wallet, then you are functioning like a bank. A bank is a layer 2. Layer 1 is cash money. And banks are supposed to have the cash you deposited over there, to have that in store, so that they can give it back to you. So banks are layer 2 and cash is layer 1. In that sense, community coins are layer 1 next to Bitcoin. And I remember a very heavy discussion we had in Amsterdam, the Bitcoin conference in 2014. I was talking about the bloating of the Bitcoin blockchain. I mean, we are talking about 1 million transactions per day. And I showed an impression of the capacity of Bitcoin compared to the capacity needed when everybody makes one payment a day, everyone on Earth. The capacity of Bitcoin would be 1 dot on your screen, while you're having 2 or 4,000, one pixel. Yeah. So that's why we came up with with EFL, for example, to help a blockchain, not to compete with it, but to help it. And
to scale it. It's for me, it's the scaling solution.
And to help it scale, and to why community coins, why country coins? Because you can address people in Dutch, you can help and explain. That would also be possible with Bitcoin, but commute, get together. And it's also one of the main examples I'm using all the time is when you pay for a cup of coffee in a bar in Holland. It is ludicrous to put it on the Bitcoin blockchain. When two Chinese pay with each other, transact with each other, and you do that on a Chinese version of Bitcoin, it's very easy to understand that is a way to scale, to reduce the burden on blockchain, on Bitcoin. And
the thing is that the total number of transactions on chains is now spread over different chains. So the total storage remains the same. So every transaction is stored on a chain somewhere. So
that's right. But it's not in one chain.
No.
And the point with do you have a core wallet of blockchain running, Peter?
I have not at the moment, but I have a full node running. Yes, or I have a full node. Yeah.
Then you know what's the weight of that node.
Yeah, I haven't checked, but it is probably a couple of more than a terabyte probably already.
It's close to a terabyte. It depends a little bit, but that's right. So it's heavy. It's simply heavy. Yeah. It's not mobile. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And that's the point. So we need solutions with regard to scaling.
I think the thing is also that with the full node of the blockchain, if you have all transactions on it, it is not just one time stored, but it is stored across all the full nodes of the network. So every transaction is stored many times. So if you look at the total amount of terabytes, if you have 10,000 full nodes, then you have that 1 terabyte, 10,000 times 1 terabyte storage. And
that's the point of decentralization. Yeah, that's right. You have copies of each. By the way, 10,000 is about it. I mean, if you look at the Bitcoin blockchain, we see that the amount of full nodes is decreasing. It's decreasing all the time. People are.
There's no incentive to it.
There's no incentive to it. Yes, there is, because it's your version. It's it's heavy. It's heavy. Yeah, there's no incentive. That's that's also the problem with the Ring of Trust. I mean, there is no with SPV in general. So if you're running a full blockchain, the only incentive is that you're helping, if it is Bitcoin, you're helping the Bitcoin network.
Yeah.
But if you are running an SPV server alongside, you're helping the wallet users that use the blockchain. But there is no incentive to that either. You could send your donation address, being a wallet, a Ring of Trust server provider, SPV server provider. Maybe people will send some, but there's no incentive there either. So that's a real problem. And Bitcoin was always about decentralization, but that's under pressure. And that's the price of a bloated system. So that's why we always said we are helping Bitcoin. We are not competing with it. We are helping Bitcoin. And it's just a copy of Bitcoin also. EFL it's functionally equivalent. It's exactly the same. It's not different. It's just Bitcoin, except with a locally biased database.
Yeah, what I always found strange about the decentralization of Bitcoin, that if you have 10,000 nodes, it means you create redundancy by copying the whole transaction history 10,000 times, which is in information technology, it's a weird way of creating redundancy, because what you can also do is store all the blocks, say 3 times or something, distributed. And because the whole goal is, if one full node is switched off, it should still have the whole blockchain. But it doesn't require 10,000 copies. So you could recover, I don't know if you remember from this news groups you used to have, then you could recover a movie, for example, or a game from a number of posts, and it had some redundancy on top of it. So the redundancy was just all the blocks, but there was always something failing, and then you put 10 extra blocks on top of it, and they were enough to recover the missing blocks. And that is, I think,
talked about torrents,
yeah. And I think that is also how you could do it. Of course, it requires more bandwidth, but you could take the whole blockchain and split it up in blocks and just have redundant blocks everywhere. But it would already reduce the total amount of storage, but it would still allow you to recover even if some nodes drop off.
Yeah, I don't know any type of implementation that takes that idea, but that's very, very simple. It's when you look at the QR code, the same information, it's based on errors. So even if you don't have the entire QR code, you're still able to copy the entire information. So
it's error correction code.
Yeah, that's right. So it's that would be a good idea, but only if you look at it from the perspective of somewhere the entire picture needs to be visible. So if the entire picture has error correction in it, the entire picture becomes larger than the simple full picture. But anyway, it's bloating is an important reason why country coins exist. That's as simple as that.
But there also, for EFL, there are several copies of the whole transaction history, I think.
Yes, of course. Yeah. If you look at Cryptolead, which is the block explorer that EFL uses, or any block explorer, you see there are currently about 30, 40 full nodes running currently.
And also they have no incentive to do that, right?
No, that's right. That's pure loyalty. Except one of those will be cryptoid. One of those will be each miner pool. Each miner pool will have a full blockchain, and people that are running hosted wallets, second layer functionality, they would require a full node. But
would it be easier to do a 51% attack with so little full nodes?
No, because the 51% attack is on the level of miners. So
and EFL has a unique. Let me prop this one, Gerrit, because this is your thing. So now I need to speak for Gerrit. But EFL has a unique system which is called the Uru Shield, developed by Gerrit himself and another eGulden developer, which, as far as I know, no other coin is using. And what it does is that every sixth block can only be mined by a white-listed address.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, after 6 blocks, we can be sure that every transaction is valid.
What it translates into is that it's identity-based mining. So you could say that's tricky because there goes decentralization, because only known identities can mine the 6th block. But it's a decentralized concept also, because every Dutch company registered with the Chamber of Commerce can apply to be an identified miner.
Yeah, but even if there would be a company, I would still be incentivized. I would still be incentivized to decline them because, how many of those whitelisted addresses you need? We need maybe 3, to back each other up, and that's it.
But it also means that if the government captures these three servers, they could torpedo it.
That's true, but then we can just change those addresses into a different one, and the thing is that
I also feel like if you have a whole bunch of these EFL type coins, it will be more and more difficult for them to because that would mean that everyone immediately moves to an alternative if they would do that, and it would be impossible for them to keep that locked up or to prevent it like that.
Yeah.
Yes, and in a way, the most important step that I believe all of crypto has to take, which is why I started to dislike Bitcoin more and more, is that we should not be willing to participate with all these regulations that governments come up with. It is our own enslavement that we are processing. So at some point, somebody needs to stand up and say, it's been enough, I'm not participating with this, I'm going to do it different. And once enough people like that exist, then you can, for example, ban fireworks in the city of Rotterdam. But if everybody just buys fireworks and starts lighting it on fire, they cannot do anything about it. So the power is with the people, and that is what we have to relearn in a way, because we have lost that notion.
But now they have an excuse to close the borders during the New Year's celebration.
Yeah, they closed it to Germany for fireworks.
But I have the wheel and I want to spin it.
Spin it.
You get now a few seconds to type anything in the Twitch chat if your name is not yet on the wheel. And that's and we were also going to talk with Jason. I hope Jason, can you let your voice
unmute?
Say something. We check if you're now.
Yeah.
Ooh, you still sound like a robot. Like a Daft Punk.
Also a lot of sound falling out.
Yeah. But I'm going to spin the wheel. Here we go. 4 people on the wheel.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm on it also.
Yeah, you're on it. Yeah. And it's going to be a King Conspiracy.
Oh, then we double it.
Oh, that's a 20 euro in Eagles. Yeah, then I'm
Yeah, better than before.
Can you hear me now?
yeah, this is better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just a moment.
But yeah, also Solana tries to solve it by having a large capacity network, and I think it is somewhat decentralized. It can take an enormous amount of transactions, I think, but it has only 7 super nodes, which are enormous computers. So yeah, it's also still not decentralized, I would say.
Yeah, you've got the masternode concept. You've got what kind of the eCoin did was Auxpau, which is borrowing the Litecoin blockchain by using the hash power to mine Bitcoin of kind of the eCoin blocks. You've got checkpointing, you've got all kinds of stuff, and proof of stake is also a mechanism to avoid the 50%, the 51% attack. But proof is in the pudding. I mean, if you're not being attacked, it could be because you're not interesting as a coin. But every coin has had its highs and lows, and EFL has been attacked also. And you need defense. That's true. But even blockchain, Bitcoin, Bitcoin is not protected anyway against a 51% attack, except
With all the mining power.
Yeah, but we had occasions where there were very few pools, Bitcoin mining pools, or let's say a mining pool which had close to 50% of the mining hashing power. So, okay, Bitcoin is less vulnerable for that in that sense, but Litecoin? It has no defense. It has no gravity well. It has no. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially with, I'm in the Bitcoin Cash world a little bit. So especially if, for example, the price of Bitcoin Cash starts to go up, which is completely compatible with Bitcoin mining, miners could switch. Once that starts to happen, I don't know how viable those block times are going to be for Bitcoin, because if miners are going to jump in and out of Bitcoin to also mine Bitcoin Cash, their blocks might really be delayed, and so, yeah.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
But I think we are inventing problems also. Of course, you need to be aware of what's to be known. But look at fiat currency. For example, if you bring in functionality, fiat has no functionality either. I mean, it's send and receive, and it's about money. It's not about second layers, or except when you look at banks for that purpose. But so we're making it more difficult for us than really necessary. But you need to be prepared. That's true, and continue developing. But I think the most important for us is marketing and making people aware, and take care that you don't lose traction. And that's for you at Vrijheidradio also a point. Do you track the amount of visitors you have? Is there a pattern?
It's very stable with us. We are on a stable 5.
I think we get very close in that sense.
Yeah.
EFL and Vrijheidradio and whatever.
Yeah, in that way, Gerrit, I have to give you a small compliment with this. This community coin initiative is basically your vision of at least your initiative, let's say it like that. And well, in the beginning, I was like, why we need that? We have EFL, we need to focus on the Netherlands, but the more, the merrier, and together you are stronger. So, yeah.
Are there more community coins in the Netherlands?
There have been more than 10 different attempts at making a EFL kind of coin. Yes, but
are they all regional, or do you also have like a coin specifically for, where, I don't know, stamp collectors or for?
No, it's really like they all have something like florin or guilder in the name, and they
were not blockchains. There has been one competitor. Let's say when we came on the market, it was March 2019 for 2014, and Gulden coin came a little bit 1 month later, and. Then we had
that was the most fierce
other. Yeah, that's right.
But there have been plenty more with their own blockchain. Their own blockchain, some just as a token, but they were all trying the same thing to reach the Dutch market in a way. And after 2004, so this is the 12th. We are going to celebrate the 12th anniversary of EFL. After those 12 years, none of those other coins managed to survive. So
yeah, that's right. So that's sorry.
Yeah, I wondered if it makes more sense to have a community coin for a community that is not geographically bound, but just bound by usage or something.
No, but that's also yes. Also have a community car collector community coin or whatever.
Yeah, but those coins
and that's how you scale the blockchain, because every community just makes their own blockchain and adds it to what already exists just by accepting that Bitcoin is out there, and then
there's one reason. There's one reason why that's not attractive. Let's say it confuses the market. So it's very difficult to.
I don't agree with that. Yes, it confuses the market. Yes,
if you, it's when you want to pay when you want to pay your bread, the bakery needs to accept the money you have, and chances are slim that the bakery accepts whatever coin. The chances that it accepts a Dutch coin are larger.
Yeah, and then it's up to those communities to work together to make their card collector coin also available for bakeries.
Yeah, but it confuses.
You could have a swap at every supermarket, a swap facility that they just swap everything to their own coin or the.
Yeah, but you forget the trust aspect. So let's say Bitcoin earns its value because it's being trusted, and it has been proven after so many years. And if you have coin X, it needs to prove itself. So if you're confronted with someone who wants to pay you with coin X, you have to dive into its background. What is this you're trying to pay me with? Is it a scam, or is it a sham, or a shit coin or not? And this aspect of trust is important. And if you've an avalanche of coins, people lose track of what's true, what's untrue.
Yeah, but
I think too, though, if you consider people as a ring, as a zero layer, and then how many communities are they in? So I could be in a car collector community, but I could also be in a local farmers community. Like, I can be in multiple communities. So you wouldn't necessarily need a baker in your car collectors community, but if you had one in that community, then like every community you join is another clump of resources.
Yeah. For the community itself, trust is easy. Yeah, that's right.
That's the thing. So you might have a baker in your community, you might not, but every person would be connected to multiple communities. So there would be overlap in their needs and skills and abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
if you look at that, if you look at it in the past, you had, silver was money, but they had different coins. You had a silver dollar, and you had a Mexican dollar, and you had all kind of, the base layer was still silver, but they minted different coins out of it in different jurisdiction. And then it would still be swappable between these communities because, they just note how much silver was in there. And maybe, you could have that with these community coins also. That, if they're all related to Bitcoin in a certain way, Bitcoin price, then you could.
Well, everything's priced in Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin is the mother.
Yeah.
How do you say that, Gerrit? Bitcoin's the
MOAC, the mother of all crypto.
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with atomic decks?
Yeah.
Yeah, some chain to chain swap, direct from chain to chain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tor does that also, right? With Tor, you can swap directly from one chain to another, I think.
Yes, and they have a rune chain, I believe.
Yeah, a rune chain.
Yeah. EFL and other community coins are using the Komodo platform for their atomic swaps. And if I can reveal a little bit of what's in the pipeline, this new wallet that is coming out will have option to exchange different tokens with each other. So if I have EFLs and I happen to be in Canada and they only accept the Canada coin, then I can just swap them to Canadian tokens and have Canadian coins.
And talking about coins, we're going to give away 20 euro worth of e-gulden. And you can type in anything in the Twitch chat to get your name on the wheel. And we're going to spin it very soon.
I will not join again because if I have to double it again, I go broke today.
Until now, there are only 2 people on the wheel.
Please write your name.
And
in
I
the wheel,
see
people.
that there are multiple listeners. So there's another one. Yeah, but continue.
Yeah, it's a fight to get traction. That's the most important issue we have currently, and it's traction, not only traction but cooperation. If you we have with community coins, we've been discussing since 2018, just about. We've collected every wish and to do, let's say, in a bucket list, and the bucket list is immense. It's very large, it is not one person lifetime. It's hundreds of people need to cooperate and to build the system. And the same happened to fiat, because fiat as such is not such a bad idea. Except it got in the hands of the wrong people, and
as it always does.
Yeah, that's. But you need to build, and there are always drawbacks, and there are always to-dos, and that's the point. And currently, it's on the shoulders of very few people, and that's frustrating. And yesterday I tweeted a tweet. Let's work instead of let's celebrate New Year. And that is my message for 2026. It's we need to build.
Keep on building.
Yep.
We are not finished yet. Maybe have the spin, Johan.
Yeah, spin. Only
I also want to give away the Canada coins.
Yeah.
So we need
only 4 people on the wheel.
No.
Yeah.
That means
but there are more listeners.
25%.
Yeah.
And anybody wants insurance for €5?
Insurance.
There we go.
Market. What the chances are that?
I'll pay you €5 now, and if your name is on the list, that's it. But if you don't win it, you still get €5. Anybody?
Maar je hebt toch zo'n you have this website. No, you have this website where you can change your crypto for like bol.com vouchers or what was the name?
Bitrefill.
Yeah, Bitrefill. Yeah.
No, we have had a lot of these kind of servers for EFL. The highlight of it was around 2018.
But Bitrefill still exists, huh?
Yeah, I know. But even if they would have listed EFL at some point, they would have delisted it because there was nobody using it. So.
Yeah, I know. Just kidding. Yeah, but you can change it for Litecoin and then send it to Dash.
But really, if we get with community coins the user base, then services like Bitrefill will start to accept it again because they are just interested. If people hold the money, then they can make a business with it. So it's the chicken and egg.
Yeah, but now we're going to spin the wheel.
Let's go. Let's go.
Even kijken. Pjottertje, Garfield. Vrijheidradio. And it's the red one. God, hoe heet die? Svaniga.
No,
Svaniga.
With me it's Pjottertje.
Is het toch Pjottertje? Oh.
Yeah, with me.
Oké, dan heb ik het niet goed gezien.
Congratulations, Pjotter.
Oh, man.
€20 of EFLs.
That is, I just bunch in here and get the main prize.
That's how it is.
Yeah, but you can get your name on the wheel again for the Canada coin.
Yeah, we will also do €10 Canada coin. I will put myself on the wheel again in case it spins me. Then I will double it.
Yeah. Okay, Jason, tell me what's the Canada coin doing?
Yeah, same as the EFL. We're working on We're working on community coins.
How long does it exist?
Since 2014, March 2014.
Okay. Same age as the EFL.
And
Yeah.
yeah. when I think of Canada, I think of this truckers' protest and the people being debanked because of that. Did you see some kind of spike when that was happening? That people suddenly realized like, oh, we need some alternative that is not controlled.
Not really. No, there's very little people actually using Canada eCoin. The problem is it's not useful, right? Because it's a totally different thing. Nobody, like, you would have to use Bitcoin in order to even care about Canada eCoin. You'd have to already know about crypto. And people in Canada don't really do that. Like, they don't really even have cash. They have credit cards. So for me, I look at Canada eCoin like a home team where I can develop software and systems and tools. And it's I see a vision, and like Gerrit says, we have a list of things we're working on that's lifetimes long. So for me, it's a place to kind of call home and build on, and hopefully in the future have tools and systems that use the blockchain to coordinate communities. So that's kind of it. Like, we're building software. Right.
Yeah.
I can show you some of it if you want. There's ecoincore.com, which is a server that lets you can download it and run it, and it'll allow you to set up rules for doing exchange rates. So where you get the exchange rates and how you calculate them, and then it serves an exchange rates API. So when you write software, you always have the right exchange rate. It has a WebSocket, but it also has connections to all these blockchains, and it allows you to install blockchains. It's a fairly big project. You can imagine it's like Steam, but it's for blockchains, and you can run it yourself, and then you can install a ring of trust with your, let's say you have 5 blockchains that you use. And then you're basically establishing your own copy of your own world. Now, again, most people in Canada aren't going to do that. They're busy doing stuff. I don't know what they're doing. But
Probably watching sport with a beer.
I think it's important that you operate as a sovereign. Your rights are actually yours. Nobody can take them from you, but you can forfeit them by not respecting them. So for me, I want to be able to run all the blockchains on my own computer, and I don't want to have to figure out how to do that. I just want to click a checkbox. And then I want to be able to choose where I get my exchange rate data, just a couple checkboxes. And then when I'm building a software anywhere else in the world, those are the things I need, right off the bat. Like, you get what I mean? So I'm trying to pipe all that into a place where a developer can build his own website and use all this stuff without having to know any of it. You just turn it on. In fact, yoshilivo.com is an example. If you go into the JavaScript console log, or like the debug log of yoshilivo.com, you'll find out what I'm talking about. There's some interesting stuff going on there. And over this next year, 2026, yoshilivo.com is going to be an example of what I'm talking about right now. It's very hard for me to explain any of this, or for anybody to really comprehend the scope of what's up when you have a key. Like, when I show up to Yoshilivo's website, he doesn't need a database of users. There's nothing to hack. I'm showing up with a cryptographic profile, and I'm identifying myself in that moment. And that's a different way of doing it. He doesn't have username and passwords. I'm signing in with a PGP key. A PGP key is from 1993. It's not even new, but nobody's using it. But I think everybody should use it. So we're building things differently. A ring of trust. You can imagine, like, you have layer 1, layer 2. Yeah, but where's layer 0? And that's where you are. That's you, the user. You are layer 0. What are you connected to? And the thing is, if you have a PGP key and some deterministic protocols, you now as a human are addressable in the network of humanity in the digital realm. And this is crazy. This replaces everything out there. And this is what I thought Bitcoin was going to be. But Bitcoin just turns out to be liquid and profits and la-di-da. But no.
The social aspect of blockchain is completely undershadowed by dollar signs in people's eyes. You know, it's not about how much dollars did I make a profit. It's about how more free did I become, how much more autonomous can I live my life by, you know, working together with like-minded people without the need for a government to force any of them to accept my value. The only reason why you can pay with all this paper debt is because if these shops would not accept that paper debt, they would be closed tomorrow because the police would get there and tell them, this is legal tender. If you don't accept it, you are out of business. So, you know, the voluntary aspect of being able to transact value with each other completely got overshadowed in the last 8 years. But
it goes deeper than that too. Like, who are you transacting with? And the fact is, you're transacting with your mom and your sister and your cousins and your loved ones and the people who fix your roof and clean up your dog shit. Those are real people in real life. Do they have a key? Can you add them to your contact book? Does your contact book have addressing in it, wallets and keys? And can you add a loved one to a channel and just talk to them directly peer-to-peer? That's what this is, right? Peer-to-peer. So if you think of all the software in the world that has client and server, well, that actually has to merge into peer-to-peer. A peer is a client and a server. Mm-hmm. And it's a different way of building software. It's a different way of thinking about software. And it all comes down to the communities, right? Like your contact book, how many communities are you in? You're in a hockey team, you play poker, I don't know what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, if you're a Canadian trucker, do you have a safe space that you can talk to your loved ones? Maybe all the truckers that went to Ottawa, if they just had a channel. And in fact, the one lady who went to, like, oh man, they got, I don't know if you guys know what happened to that whole scenario, but they're basically just closed the case not too long ago. It cost the one lady millions of dollars and years of her time in court because they didn't like a Facebook post. Somebody, like, they called her an organizer of the whole thing, but no, it just happened on her Facebook page. Like, I don't know all the details. I just think it's disgusting. People can't talk. People are afraid. Everybody's looking over their shoulder everywhere you go, including on the internet when you're paying for something. Like, everything's recorded. Everybody's judged.
Yeah,
when really you need your privacy. If you just had your privacy, you wouldn't feel like you're getting hammered all the time. And that's more than transacting money. That's transacting identity and trust on some network somewhere. Here's the thing. If you know me as a key, then you know you're talking to me. If you just know me as a username and password, that anybody could have stole that. It's not even a real thing. So to me, the real value is the identity of a peer in my ring of trust. If you're in my ring of trust and you're a peer, let's do stuff. Let's play games. Let's connect. Let's work. Whatever you want to do. Otherwise, you don't exist. Like, I don't get notifications from Twitter or Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook. Well, I kind of am, but I'm not. I don't get notifications at all, unless I've basically whitelisted you somehow. You might be able to ring my phone, but like, I don't care about the stream of barf that comes from the whole world. Everybody's yelling and complaining, pointing fingers. No, I don't want to participate in that. But I do want direct connections to my loved ones. So that's as simple as that. And I need to be able to send you an invoice and get paid because you might be a customer of mine. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely the social media that needs a decentralized solution also. Because, here in Europe, they want to have all chats decrypted or have a backdoor in all chats, so the government can listen into everything and check everything. So communication.
That's at a business level. Like if you're a business that runs software, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as a private person, I'm connecting directly to my other friend called Yoshi Levo in a channel. Like,
or Gerrit or Johan.
Yeah, you don't want to use WhatsApp or something where there's a central business in between that can be extorted and coerced into giving up the content.
Well, even this Video Ninja is a peer-to-peer RTCP. Like, there's no server. When you're using Video Ninja, there's no server. But that could also be baked right into your contact book.
The problem is there's so much to do, and when you're building a ring of trust and light client, you're immensely tempted to add things you want to add. And one of those is PGP, for example. If you create, if you open a wallet, why don't we add a PGP key in there? Public and private, which allows you to communicate privately to anyone you send your public key. And that's an easy extension, but it's a rabbit hole also, because you want first, let's do first things first, and eventually we will get where Jason is talking about. And enhanced privacy, peer-to-peer as a baseline, and extend from that. So, but you need to, let's say, you need to be you need to be sovereign yourself first. And there are very few sovereign people in the sense of void of interference from government and such. So it's I think sovereignty is a very important word in this sense. It should replace freedom, even freedom. It's freedom is a big word.
They can lock me up whatever they want, but they are not going to change my mind and the way how I look at things.
Amen.
Yeah. So, and Jason's talking about loved ones. And, these are all circles, and you should be the one who defines them for your purpose, and they become your community. And and I think Bitcoin is a starting point. It's just a starting point, and you can copy it. Well, that's what we have done, and then complexities came about, and we are solving them, and that's what we are doing. And we are collecting community coins. So when you go to communitycoins.org, you see our manifest. It's 7 years old right now, and it could be improved, of course. But it's a manifest which has been subscribed by currently by 7 community coin teams. Using the words like "we endorse community coins because we believe," etc. And as community coins, as a community coins organization, because we are an alliance, we are not an association or whatever. No, we are an alliance. And we are looking for other community coins. We are looking for them. So once we got Matthias Kleve, who knocked on our doors, and he came with a Europe coin. And we embraced him. He had a loud voice, and he was very present. And afterwards, he was just an inheritor of an abandoned blockchain, and he managed to keep it going, but he needed help, and we helped him, and stuff like that. And then especially the community of Deutsche E-Mark, which is another group, had problems with Europe coin, because quite a few members hated the idea of Europe and were against it, etc. So there was Matthias with with conflicting voices and conflicting ideas, and they stated, well, Europe coin is not a community coin because it's a federalization of coins, and it competes with us. And that was the nice thing about country coins. If you divide the world over 200 countries, you don't really have competition in that sense. So why would kind of the eCoin compete with EFL? Because it geographically they have no competition. So that was also a nice notion around community coins, why we could cooperate in the first place. That's really one of the problems with altcoins in general. They're all competing with each other. And if you have communities X, Y, and Z with each a very noble purpose, still they're competing with each other. So community coins...
Competition isn't a bad thing.
No, but we wanted to cooperate. We wanted to leverage. We didn't want to reinvent the wheel. You see, you've got a lot of that's what a community is about. In this sense, a community of coins that cooperate instead of compete. And competition is not bad, of course. I mean, there's a funny thing that happened also to community coins. You know that some teams are more competitive than others. And I'm not naming names, but it's a fact. So we are the best. That sense, we are the best blockchain. That's a silly notion because we are all copies of Satoshi's vision.
Oh, be careful with that one.
Yeah, he might sue you.
Guys, I see the next guest is already here. Before you go spin the wheel, I am going to quickly put some wood on my fire, and then I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah, there are more people than names on the wheel, but you have still a few seconds to add your name on the wheel, and you can win 10 guilders worth of Canada coin. Ja. Zo, let's go. Even kijken hoor, en dan ga ik... Hoppa. Yeah, there we go. And now you're too late. Het is Garfield. Oh nee. Het is. Oh, Freedom Radio. That's me. Yeah. I'm gonna use that to buy a new mic or a new.
Congratulations.
Yeah. But shall I give it back to the
No, they're all yours.
Okay, thanks.
Those are the rules.
Yeah. All right. Okie dokie. Then I need a wallet, I think. But I'm going to. I think Yoshi knows how it works with the wallet and etc. I'm going to ask.
You can get the Atomic Dex wallet.
Oh, okay.
The Atomic Dex wallet has all the different community coins in it.
Okay. I think I might have it. Yeah. All right. We have the next guest, so I'm going to put him, make him visible. Studio modus. Well, in the meantime, Jason, you can maybe there's something you forgot to say, or like is there a website if they want to know more about your project? Or?
Yeah, you can see CanadaEcoin.ca or ecoincore.com.
Okay.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Bitcoin.
Yeah, thanks. Kijk hoor. Gerrit, maybe you want to say something before we...
Yes, with respect to a nice reference, it's communitycoins.org, I would say. They find all community coins, and you can single out if you're a special attachment to Holland or Canada or Portugal or wherever. And our project, that's the tweet I talked about. All our projects are clustered within a GitHub, a collection of repositories, and we switched the common practice of publishing whatever project you have on GitHub or GitLab, and we self-hosted our repositories and our projects and mirrored them on GitHub and GitLab. So you find our work and you can participate on git.communitycoins.org.
Okay, thanks.
So I hope to see you there. git.communitycoins.org.
Okay, thanks. Yeah,
Guys,
Yoshi.
thank you so much. Yeah, thanks Gerrit and Jason for being here today with us
Thank you very much.
to celebrate the Genesis block 17th anniversary.